First question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm with Keaton from Vice President Mobile Platforms, and he's going to give us an idea of overall background to Broadcom and its current strategy and future plans.
So Nick, Broadcom got started in mobile and wireless right around the year 2000, and we started off with Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, and we were the first company to really build a Bluetooth Wi-Fi combo chip, and we met with great success on that chip with Apple and then eventually Samsung. And that really drove our growth in what we call the wireless connectivity business. The wireless connectivity business includes Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, GPS, NFC, and touch controllers. And after kind of building up a very successful business in that, we started investing in cellular. The cellular investment was through a number of acquisitions where we acquired 2G, 3G companies, and most recently we acquired Nokia's cellular assets in the chip business, and we now have LTE solutions that we are about to hit the market with Samsung.
Right, okay, that's perfect, because that's one of the things I was going to ask you about. There's been a number of announcements here at MWC, so can you tell me just some of the key announcements you guys have made?
We've announced a number of products, everything from wireless connectivity, which is going to power wearables, and then building up into cellular and LTE as we move forward and we look into what's going to come out next year. So let me first start with some of the connectivity announcements. We announced a low-power solution for wearables in GPS, where we do a solution that gives you the lowest power as this new market area emerges. We also have very low power Bluetooth and Wi-Fi solutions, and we have Wicked Kit that you can really access at our website. It's WICED, which stands for Wireless Internet Connectivity for Embedded Devices.
Okay.
And so two guys in a garage can actually go and download, go buy this kit for a very reasonable fee, get the hardware, get the SDK, and start building and imagining the next generation of devices as they evolve. So we have a range of solutions around this that we've announced. We also announced a 2x2 MIMO solution, which really takes Wi-Fi to the next generation of speeds.
Right, okay. So, I mean, a lot of people are familiar with 11AC, so how does that relate to that?
So this is 11AC has been deployed with a single antenna so far, and the next generation of this has two antennas. So you essentially double the speed of 11AC, which was launched about 12 months ago.
Okay.
15 months ago. And so now you're looking at bit rates of over 800 megabits per second using a 2x2, and it's coming to a cell phone near you very soon.
Okay, now in the UK, we are, you all know that we're kind of really happy if we get just download speeds of 50 megabits. And now you're talking about Cat 6 in LTE. Tell me about that.
So that's a great evolution of where LTE is. So people are generally happy with LTE speeds, but they are certainly shared, and people have a need for more speed. And we just announced at the show that we have done a live network trial with the Finnish operator Elisa, and what we do is we combine two channels to get people 300 megabits per second.
So it's 300, and we really like 50 at the moment.
You like 50. The operators have generally deployed anywhere globally, somewhere around either 100 megabits per second or 150 megabits per second per tower, and that gets shared between the various users. So this will double the speeds of networks starting next year, and will lead to a much richer and nicer consumer experience, which was one of the announcements at the show. And the other interesting thing that we announced was we announced a turnkey platform for mobile phone manufacturers to really bring LTE to the masses. So they can now enable a range of phones from $100 to $300 and still get the faster LTE speeds.
Oh, right, okay. So, I mean, just moving on to the future then, because obviously these are all coming into devices quite soon. I mean, how do you see Broadcom's strategy developing? Now, we talked about the new location systems. Now, I've spoken with some of your colleagues about GNSS, and it's quite interesting how it starts including Russian and Chinese satellites to improve and build upon the GPS, but also how it's very low power consuming. So how are you going to use that with all your future products? We talked a little bit about what you mentioned, wearables as one of the things.
So that's a great question. We're the first company that actually looks at every location satellite system that is launched by any country. So there's about 5 systems in the world today. There's a Russian system, there's a US system, which we all know as GPS, there's a Japanese system, there's a Chinese system, and we actually look at satellites for every consumer device across all of them and then bring that in. And that allows you to get much better time to first fix in GPS when you're outdoors, and especially when you're downtown in London and there's a whole bunch of buildings and you can't see too many satellites. We can look at any of these satellite systems to get your first fix. Now the other thing that's interesting with this part, and as well as wearables, is that you want very low power consumption. So what we've done is, along with the 5 satellites that you can track, we've also added a very low power consumption core to this chip, and we call it a sensor hub. And it not only looks for GPS, but the minute you walk indoors, it will also look at other signals that come in from Wi-Fi, from Bluetooth, from the 9-axis sensors that are built into these phones now that read where you are and use dead reckoning. And we will take all of this input to get you a much better fix when you move indoors as well.
Right. So, I mean, a lot of the current generation of wearables either do location or they do lifestyle things such as health.
That's correct.
What are your plans?
So, with the Wicked Kit, you will find us in all kinds of products that are wearable. We certainly have our solutions in Google Glass with the Bluetooth and Wi-Fi chips. Our GPS chips are making a way, as you mentioned, into any wearable device, because knowing where you are, when you are, and providing context-aware information to the user is all what the rage is about. We can integrate biosensors for whether it's a blood pressure monitor or a heart rate meter or any of these solutions. We can integrate our parts, whether it's the GPS chip we spoke about. We also have very low power Bluetooth Smart, which is the next generation of Bluetooth, which sips power and can run on a coin-size battery. And then we have very low power Wi-Fi that we've also built. So I'll give you an example. Indoors, people are using light bulbs with Wi-Fi. And you can control that bulb on and off from your smartphone. And today it's in your hand, the smartphone. Tomorrow it may be on your glasses or it may be on your wrist. It's going to evolve the phone as we know today. It really is not a smartphone. It's really a smart device now because you do more data than voice on it. It's kind of funny to call it a smartphone, right?
Yeah, just listening to you at the moment, okay, we're very much used in the tech industry to hearing about more power, but you're actually talking less power.
Yeah, the less power is going to give you more power to lead a happier and more efficient life, I think, and free you up to do more things that you enjoy and make it nicer.
Okay, that's great. And just one final question. Now, obviously, Broadcom works in a very busy market. I mean, how do you see yourselves competing against the others, and how do you differentiate yourselves?
I think the biggest asset that Broadcom brings is that it's first of all, financially, we're a very strong, stable company, we're profitable, and we do all things consumer and everything that's related to communications. Beyond that, besides having that ability, the most important thing is that we own all the key blocks of where the future is going to evolve within the company itself. So whether you talk about every technology we've discussed, whether it's Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, GPS, touch sensors, cellular, multimedia applications, camera sensors, we own all of these technologies in-house, and we have the ability to quickly build products and integrate them and build the right software solutions at the lowest power very quickly. The other thing we do is we bring the cost down significantly, not just at the chip level, but at the complete board level of what goes into all of these wearable and consumer products. And that is something that the marketplace really appreciates about what Broadcom can do for them.
Okay, well thank you very much for that, Keaton. That was much appreciated.
Thanks, Nick.
Take care. Bye.
Is that okay?
That was brilliant.